I would say welcome back, but I don't know if I want to be back at this current moment because we're still in the interior.
Yeah, but welcome back to Twisted Ignition, where we are stuck on the interior for probably the second or third video now, because we keep finding more stuff that we gotta do to it over and over and over. It's actually never, it's like, what was that, Groundhog Day? Doing the same thing over again and then realizing you forgot something, do that something, but in order to do that something, you go back 4 steps. So it feels like you did the same thing twice, or 4 times. So yeah, that's the feeling in the garage tonight. As you can see, he's silent because he can't even handle himself anymore.
We are again on the interior, but today will be the last time for the interior because we should
knock on metal.
Seriously.
Ouch! That's not a good sign.
You can tell we're still missing everything.
Majorly, we have to put the shifter in and the driver's seat and work on the center seat.
We will show you why that wiring is still on spools because that's actually very important why it's still there.
Yeah, it's part of the shifter, but you gotta stay in tune to see why. If you guys didn't catch our old video where we took this out, this was actually my center seat from years ago that I built in high school, actually. And it was kind of janky and just thrown together the first time I ever really made a seat. But we're gonna redo these bad boys.
We also have to change the dimensions of the plyboard they sit on because our seat to actually fit this frame, because this frame is slightly narrow than the original design that they were made for. We're also not upholstery guys, so...
Yeah, do not judge us for our upholstery.
Yeah.
Please.
This is still amateur work.
Very amateur.
But decent amateur. If you guys don't know, on Twisted Ignition, at least for right now, our famous thing is if you have a bolt, nut, screw, and now even thumbtack, they go in a jar.
And then we sort the jar later. He doesn't like my jar idea. He hates it so much.
Like, if you guys could measure the amount of sodium in my bloodstream, I'd be a salt brick.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
I got a splinter already.
Good. That's for the jar.
Behind door number 1, I don't even remember that. Oh! Look at that, I used actual padding and I shaped it.
I dropped 2. No, they're not dropped. They're picked up. And they're in the jar. Are we done with the jar?
The jar notes?
The jar of pins.
The jar of pins? I think so.
What's underneath door number 2? Oh.
I went halfway good.
Halfway good.
And that's the reason I went total redneck.
For those who don't know, this is a cushion out of a boat.
I had it laying around. Don't judge me.
Don't you worry, folks at home. We came prepared because safety is our #1 priority here at Twisted Ignition. That is why we wear safety glasses every step of the way, no matter what we're doing. Because we're safe. Look at that way. Yeah!
I already cut the board. You brought me the crappiest ones. I can't even see out of them.
I didn't know I grabbed 2. I panicked.
I didn't know what to do.
For some of the foam that we are going to be using to build our center seat, we actually went to Walmart and bought some Ozark Trail outdoor equipment. This is a foam cushion from them. It says it's thick insulated foam, which is good. Soft and comfortable, check. And water resistant. Oh, that's even good, because when we're going really fast down the strip and you shake yourself, it'll wash right up.
It's true, we just spray it right off.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna lay 2 here, then we're gonna use 3 of the original foams. We're gonna cut it down to size, put it there, we're gonna use 1 back there, and 3 of those. And pretty much make the same seat that I had before, but just smaller. Just pick a line, but you gotta mark which line you use.
Just pick a line.
7.5. No, I'm sorry, 6.5.
Stay on the line. Safety first, even though it's foam.
You'll hurt yourself back there.
That had a delay, you know that, right?
It does, yeah. It takes a little bit for that old thing to wind up.
That's a solid, like, a Mississippi and a half.
You see the name on it? Master Mechanic. That thing's probably older than me. Still works after all these years.
Really a master mechanic then?
Oh, you're gonna use this fabric shears.
We got ourselves some fabric shears because we wanted to make sure we cut the carpet pretty good and nice and clean. Shout out to Heather, my wife.
Not wife yet, still fiance.
By the time
Don't want her to get screwed up until finally.
by the time this comes out,
No.
you don't think? Oh yeah, you're right.
He's getting married. Sucker.
Yes, getting married.
I'm sure we'll have video on that too.
Yeah, we're actually doing some fun stuff, and you'll see, maybe.
Because, you know, if you're getting married, you might as well have cars involved.
Well, especially when you're big car fanatics like us.
Yeah.
It's kind of a given that cars will be in the wedding.
Yeah. I did do an awesome burnout at my wedding.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nope. That was way too much power.
Were you having flashbacks from when you did your finger?
Get over that way. Yep.
Ah. If you're wondering what we're talking about, flashbacks from the staple gun, go back and check out our old videos because this man stapled his finger and it was absolutely hilarious. I was crying.
Yeah.
In order to do that, you guys need to like and subscribe so you can find that video much easier with through our YouTube channel.
And while you're subscribing, you might as well rev the hell out of that bell so you're notified every time we upload a new video to the channel.
And while you're at it, check out our Instagram. You will get to see everything that we're doing much sooner. It's only going to be pictures and whatnot, but at least you get to see up to date what we're doing.
At twisted_ignition. Check us out there.
And watch Nate jump. See?
Why is that so aggressive? It's so aggressive. Watch my feet. My finger is under that! Despite how crazy and weird this looks, the front actually looks pretty good.
Alright, we got all the fabric attached. Came out pretty good.
Fits like it's meant to be.
And there it is.
Looks very comfortable.
It is very soft and squishy.
So we're just gonna attach our new cushions to this frame.
Now the seat is together. My man is going to bring over said seat and we are going to install it, hopefully for the last time. And one center seat installed. And it's like perfect height right off this roll bar. Now, hopefully this goes right in the hole. There it is. Well, it's all tight. I think we're good. So if you didn't see the episode when we did the floor, we put in a big plate here to stiffen this. That's why this is so sturdy now. With that being said, would you like to bring me a nice shifter? If you haven't seen our other videos, again, this is a B&M Magnum shifter. Now Nate's gonna bring me a drill, right Nate?
Yep.
Thank you. Don't sound so enthusiastic about it next time, yeah?
Okay, well here. Hold on. Ask me one more time, bud.
Now Nate's gonna bring me a drill, right Nate?
Yeah, here you go, pal.
Thanks. That was much better. Anyways, we're gonna drill a hole down here for the shift cable to go through. Now, there's no exact science to this. We are hoping that we don't catch the top of the tranny and that there's enough room, but we can't tell anything because there's no motor or tranny in it. So, hopefully we don't have to re-drill this hole.
That hole is leading right there. Keep coming. It's looking pretty good. Oh yeah, we're gonna get right to where we need.
Weird, that feels so good.
To have that shifter in?
Yes.
Nope.
Now, we gotta take all of these beautiful wires, the rainbow, I like to call, bring them up and somehow get them through here without creating havoc, connect them to here and to, which we didn't install yet, to the neutral safety switch and the reverse lights.
We are going to go and install our neutral safety switch and our reverse light switch. With this kit from B&M, they only give you one switch. And we needed to go and buy some more because we wanted the reverse light switch. These are the 2 screws that they give you to mount one switch in, and you actually need these screws that are twice as long to mount 2 switches in.
Yeah, B&M, we know that most of your stuff is used in racing, but some people would like to have reverse lights, and it would be really nice if you just sent longer screws. Pain in the butt. I gotta go find 2 little baby screws.
One thing I'd like to add on Rick's little rant is B&M, they give you these wires in the back. These wires are connected to your buttons on your shifter for whatever you would like them to do. Basically, if you know how to do wiring, you're good because you need to ohm them out to see which wires go to which button. They don't even know, and in the instructions, they literally tell you to ohm out the wires to see which wires go to what button. So that's cool. Rick is doing some wiring, and we have these 6 wires right here leading up to our shifter. Now we also have 2 more wires that need to get ran to it. We are going to be using green and blue for our reverse switch. These 2 purple ones are going to be our neutral safety switch, and we have a single 12-volt power, and that's going to go and lead into, I believe, our pink and light blue. So we're going to get all this wiring squared away for you guys so you don't get bored. If you have any questions with this setup, give us a little comment down below and we'll talk to you about it a little bit more. We're also fancy right here. Ooh. Is our MSD box 6L Ultra. Ooh, hide away. Well, it's been a hot second and we got all of our wiring done and loomed up, so it's nice and clean. We do have our 2 micro switches that we put on. They are adjusted and working properly. We need to put our cover on, that's why this part of the shifter's off.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you come to put this cover on, those buttons are definitely in the way. So we're gonna hopefully get this to slide by there. You know what? I'll watch you struggle for a little bit.
You'll watch me struggle for a little bit?
Is it gonna be one and done? Are you gonna get it first try?
I don't know.
Don't scratch them. Don't scratch it. Good. Wow, look at you. Look at you.
It's like I know a thing or 2.
Yeah, now we gotta sham all those wires in between that, which is gonna be interesting.
Well, step first. Penetration.
Yep, he said it. And now he's laughing.
Dude, you wanna know what's scary? He said it, didn't think of it, and then I thought of it.
Oh my. We got the case back on, the buttons back in. As you can see, the wires down in there.
I'm just tidying up some of the wire loom that we put, keeping everything nice and tidy underneath the dash. We still have these guys. We're gonna keep undone for right now, just because there's some that are going out to the engine bay and some that we just need to tie up right here behind the glove box.
Yeah, so next step is to pull out all these towels and put our seats in. And then, dare I say, except for the glove box, which we're gonna leave for later because of those wires, we will be done with the interior.
Hold on. I like to go and say, this is the moment we've been waiting for so long!
Yeah, Nate's really over the interior.
So done. You wanna know why? Because I want to move on to the one thing that I know I'm looking forward to, and I know what you're looking forward to. With ladies and gentlemen who are watching this video at home, you want to see the big bad engine that we were putting into this, because you have no clue what we're putting into it, but it's gonna be big, it's gonna be bad, and it's gonna be loud. Wait until the next video, because that's what we're gonna be putting in next. Mic drop. If I had a mic drop, I'd definitely, that would be.
And just like that, there's seats in it.
They look amazing, if I do say so myself. Everything came out perfect, and it's finally done. Interior of the Budget Pro Street C10 is done.
Yep, there's little things that we gotta do, like put this to the roll bar, but we're not gonna undo the roll bar because A, we don't want to scratch it, and B, we still got painting to do outside, so we gotta let that on there anyways. That center little seat for my kid, that came out nice.
It's gonna look great with him, and I did, like I said, in and out, but I did sit in it, and it's actually really comfortable.
I guess that's it for this video. The next one's gonna be motor and tranny. So that's gonna be a big one. Don't miss that one.
Especially if you've been keeping an eye on this build. You know we had a Chevy small block 350, the 671 blower that we blew up last time, and we got a new engine.
Yeah, we went a little bit different route this time, so
yeah.
Bigger is better, if anybody realizes what I mean. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Later, guys.
See you on the next shenanigans.
Look at that interior.
The light on the shifter is like...
Yeah, like I also should almost have a roof light just so it like wings. It doesn't really come up on the camera. It kind of does.
Yeah.
But
Dude,
I'm happy with it. It's like black on black on black.
Wait until we get the yellow roll bars exposed.
Yeah.
Especially, like, I don't think anybody really realizes that this whole bar down here
It's gonna be yellow.
and it's just gonna be peaking.
Like in the camera, it just blends in. You can't even tell there's a bar there.
Yeah. But it's gonna be peaking yellow all around, and it's gonna be looking nice.